Welcome, everyone, to this very crucial conversation. We all know that the world of careers, the future of job has been hotly debated issue. So, what better way to get to hear it from folks who are currently working and straight out of college, maybe, or a few years out of college? They're pretty much at the foundation layer of facing the heat, so to speak, or also sensing the opportunities. They can smell the mud, the wet mud of opportunities around them.
Yeah,
And I introduce Mehul Bhargava, student I've known for many years, and welcome Mehul. And why don't you quickly share your journey in terms of your academic journey and what really made you think of industrial design as a major in a college in the US.
right.
What did you think that would lead you to? What were the wide-eyed sort of hopes that you had out of the degree and the skills that you would pick up while studying, and what the
Right.
reality on the ground was eventually? So yeah, pretty much good
Right.
way to
Yeah.
begin.
Yeah. Long story, but yeah, let me introduce myself. So I'm Mehul. I went to high school in India. I was studying to apply for computer science schools in the US and and around the world. And during that process, COVID was also going on. My final exams got canceled in high school, and that's when I had the time to kind of reflect on what I want to do in college. And that's when I decided I don't want to do computer science. It's not really, pumping my creative juices. So that's when I researched and realized that I want to be more hands-on and create stuff. Uh, and that's when I started reading about industrial design and the schools that are there in the US. And that's when it hit me that I want to do that. And that's when I started applying for industrial design schools as well. Eventually ended up going to Pratt Institute for industrial design. Spent 4 years in the US doing that, and also worked in the industry for a year. Eventually when you go to the US, at least 5 years back, you think, okay, I'm in the US. There are many career opportunities in design and art, and you want to do something in the field that you've studied. But with I graduated in 2024 with a degree, and the job market wasn't the best, at least for immigrants. Um, Ended up getting my first job in product design, UI UX. So dabbled my feet in that as well. Experimented with that, learned a lot of new things, expanded my skill set, and eventually had to move back to India involuntarily because of visa issues and not getting sponsored in the US. And now, with all the skill sets that I have, and the entrepreneurial mind that I built in college with industrial design, the creativity that had built into me, um, and the UI UX, the product design skill sets, I have come back and decided to make iPhone apps. I'm working on a platform right now for college students. Um, uh, so I've already built an iOS app that is a personal expense tracker for India, which is now catching up speed. I already have some 500 users. But yeah, it's a whole new world that I'm exploring with sort of entrepreneurship, design, engineering, which I don't understand at all, but using AI to learn and understand and make things better for myself and the people that I'm working for to make apps and platforms.
One thing that I caught from this introduction was entrepreneurship. And that's something that you were not perhaps entering college thinking that you would become, because you were very much interested in the craft of design. Doing industrial design perhaps also introduced some of those concepts, but being in a college environment eggs you to think about entrepreneurship, the student projects, business plans, many other things that you kind of were privy to. What do you think are major challenges for tech entrepreneurs going forward? It's since you've now built one solution, you're building a second solution. What are the shortcuts people are taking, and at the same time, what are the pitfalls of those shortcuts using technologies that are now
See,
widely available?
I I think yes, and you're absolutely right. In college is when I started thinking about entrepreneurship and finally making something of my own that I can finally bring to the world and impact people. Um, See, now I think with the use of AI, with how many people have access to AI and how easy it is to build things with AI, anybody can go ahead and create things. I always tell people if I have made a real app that people are using without any engineering knowledge, I think anybody can. Eventually, I think what will happen and is already started happening is that taste has become probably the most valuable commodity. There are a lot of engineers building a lot of things, but are you doing it elegantly? Are you doing it efficiently? Are you doing it in a way that people think it's a seamless experience? So making things, I think everybody will be able to do that. People that will stand out will have great design taste, will have great user experience knowledge, will have customer experience knowledge. So I think people who have taste, who have that ergonomic, uh, aesthetically pleasing eye, I think will definitely win.
So, in a way, you've answered my next question. So, what are the questions tech entrepreneurs should be asking? If you want to elaborate a little bit more to sort of give a deeper insight into the skills and the solutions that they
Right.
could be facing.
As I mentioned, I think making things is becoming much easier, and day by day, there's so many events, tech events, launches that are happening every week that are only increasing uh, the possibilities. It's pretty much limitless now. The things that we can make with anybody. So I can make an app, let's say, in a day and launch it. But how do I get people to use it? Marketing is becoming something that is highly valuable now. Just reaching people. There are going to be a lot of tech founders. I've actually talked to a bunch who were my age, 25, 23. And are trying to build something with a good vision. They have a purpose, but they're not being able to reach people. And I'm also having that trouble myself. I can call myself a tech founder, but how am I marketing my products? So that is where I'm spending most of my time and my money to really understand the reach, the algorithm, and how I will get my product to as many people as possible. I've made a product for India. You would think there's a lot of demand in India. There's a lot of people using things. There's going to be thousands of downloads in 1 day or 2 days. That's not the case. You have to put your effort and your time and your money into marketing, and get that product out there as much as possible.
So it's not just about the tech skills or getting lured by the glamour of being a tech entrepreneur. All of this is, in some sense, misunderstanding of the whole
Right.
journey.
Absolutely. People look at the glamorous side of starting a business. Oh, I'm working a 9 to 5. I wish I had started something on my own and I would have made millions and millions of dollars. That's not the case. You have to be persistent. You have to have that perseverance. You have to be dedicated. You have to be obsessed with the thing that you're doing, and you're gonna have to work more hours than 9 to 5. The grass is always greener, but yeah, time, effort, money, I think goes into much more than just building that product, and having it look good and having it feel good.
It kind of circles back to my profession, which is to help students find meaning in who they are and then build on their aspirations through their discovery of their strengths and interests. What would be one piece of insight you would like to share students who are still discovering their strengths, their interests, and making meaning out of their aspirations?
Yeah, I think at least younger students, I'm also young, I'm not old at all, so I can say this for myself as well. Uh, I think yes, if you're passionate about something, keep at it. Nothing is going to happen overnight. You have to be dedicated and be obsessed and grow and have the ability and the open mind to take criticism and keep growing and keep building things. But also people, I think at least my age, younger kids, they think now you're in college, you graduate, and that's it. That's where you're supposed to decide what your life is going to look like for the next 50, 60 years. That is not the case. I think you have to keep experimenting in this day and age. You have to realize what sticks and what doesn't. um and I'm 23. People would think, okay, 23, he must be stable, he must be having one thing that he's doing. That is not the case. I think I will need some more years to really evaluate what I want to do and how I want to do things, especially when things are changing so much every day. So have that passion, have that grit, I think, have that dedication, and be open to anything and everything.
Thank you so much, Mehul. That's pretty awesome. And in a few years, we'll reconnect and ask a similar bunch of questions. I'm sure
Yeah, absolutely.
things could change as they are for everyone so rapidly nowadays. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.